Welcome back to Discover the Known. DTK is what I call it for short. My name is Vanessa, and today, you guys, I just want to give it a little bit of an explanation of what DTK means, what it stands for, what I'm trying to produce using the name Discover the Known. So, I got an LLC recently for Discover the Known to stand for a clothing line where I'm selling products starting with children's clothing and expanding later to all ages, all sizes, but starting with children's clothing. The reason why that I'm starting with children's clothing is because Discover the Known is not only about discovering what things that we already know about, which is, my products that I'm selling, you're just getting it from a different store, so to speak. But what I want Discover the Known, what people to take away from it as you support my business and, just, I want people to take the fact that what I'm doing is bigger than children's clothing. My end goal is to provide another resource for single parents. The struggle of a single parent is very, very challenging. It's very random. It's very up and down. It's very touch and go, especially when you don't have family members to depend on, friends to depend on, peers to depend, you don't have, all you have is you. And then you have, depending on how many kids you have that number. And it could take a lot out of you. And then the more you're trying to make it work for your kids as a single parent, or not even touching on dealing with co-parenting, if the father is in the picture, if the mother is in the picture, you have to find it in yourself. I've done it before. You have to find it in yourself every day to just provide, keep going, be positive, be all these good things. Don't feed into negative things away from your kids, away from home. You go out to work, you get stressed there. You go to run errands, you get stressed there. And then you come back to that place where all you have is you, and you have to take care of those kids and keep the days to come as steady as you can. So, I want to provide a bigger platform for single parents to be able to reach out and accept the giveaways, accept the clothes donations, the things that save money, the things that save time for you to just become a better person, because everybody wants to live their best potential in life, live up to their best potential, get the things that they want, but it's something different about getting where you need to be or where you want to be as a single parent. And DTK is just that, discovering the known. We know that there are single parents out here. It's not talked about enough. Sometimes it could be looked at as single parents, all of these assumptions as to how they got to that place, or the place that, the funk that they're in, the place that you're trying to get to. None of that matters. What matters is the resource to help whoever you can. Doesn't matter how they got there. That rope that you can just peel down for them to pick themselves up, and they climb that rope. Sometimes all you need is a rope. Sometimes all you need is a way, a listening ear, just to know that you're not being so overlooked as you think you are. And this is a big world. We have a lot of population of people. It's hard to just overcome certain things with the influences that we have today. Some things, make you want to be a certain way just to please other people. And I don't think that single parents are tended to enough. with the resources available to them. And if they are, somebody let me know. But that's my mission. That is my mission with DTK, is to provide I think that the level of understanding when it comes to single parents is what I feel like people should take away from wanting to help somebody. You help somebody, right? Let's just take welfare for instance. You get on welfare to get off of it. You would think. Some people get on it to stay on it. But I know that there are single parents out there that are on it to get off of it. And they just need their rope. When you give somebody a rope, it can empower them like you never known. This is very important to me because before, DTK stood for like back in 2019, I'm gonna say, when I started forming DTK, I had folders, I had papers, I had just all types of scrabble of me drawing it out, mapping it out, and it had different meanings. So the very first meaning was just that. Let's talk about things, because I was going to do it on YouTube. Let's talk about things that are known but not discussed. I didn't really touch on single parents at that moment. I just simply said, let's talk about things that are known but not discussed. Discovered and known. Cool. Then I was like, damn, well, what I'm going to talk about? Who am I? Have I experienced enough in life to even be trying to talk to different people and gain? And the reason why I came up with that is because like people gravitate towards me for different reasons, because I am a giver and not just physical. Like I try to give my experience and preventative measures to people. So, with that being said, the second thing DTK was going to stand for was me generating resumes for people, because I really liked it to format resumes with Indeed. They just have like, I don't know, that's just the only website I dealt with, but I liked it the resume format where it was just easy to plug stuff in. If somebody's down and out, need a job, I got a job, you qualify for what I do, I'm getting you in there. If you ain't qualified for what I'm doing, we looking up other places that's hiring, and we gonna write your resume and put it in there. We are going to go the extra mile because I can do the hardest part. Not everybody like writing their own resume. Not everybody has the motivation to even conjure up the descriptions of they previous jobs, because they didn't even like the job enough to be like, this was the description, this is what I had to do, so I had the meaning of DTK. I have the emails and everything. I had made up emails where people would just like we do on here, you inquire about your resume, you give me I was going to like hold meetings where the person would give me their jobs and I'm just putting in the work for free. Everything was for free. So I had that. It was the resume building with DTK. And then for some reason, the Holy Spirit was just like, no, you can't do all of that for free and work and take care of your whole house, your mom, your kids. The Holy Spirit just told me no after a while, because I was steadfast on that one for months. I was like, I could help people. So then I forget the other meaning. What was the other meaning? It was to talk about what we know that's not discussed. It was the resume. And then it was, it got to come to me, but it wasn't until like the end of last year where I changed the meaning to single parents, because I would keep coming across people that had their own stories that I could relate to. And I'm just going back to like, hey, I already have it in forming. Like I have this snowball. I just gotta like let it roll some more into a bigger snowball, because I couldn't find like I didn't know yet. Like I'm like just praying. I'm like, God, I even forgot about Discover the Known. I was like, look, I don't know. I'm just gonna go to work, live the average lifestyle, whatever that is. You go to work, you pay your bills, you know, check the check. And like I said in my last video with self-care, I just was always the type to put everybody before me. So yes, I had a good job, and you know, I have my family, you know, my immediate family, like my kids, my partner, my mom. And that's all. And we just try to make the best of our situation. But Jesus, this fly. But so with that being said, being as though I would just always put everybody before me, even though I'm where I think I want to be, I got a good job, I could provide, I'm providing, but I still don't have. Like, I basically would have been settling with that. I got my job. I'm always putting other people before myself. So living like this, I probably would never see a few things that is on my list of 300 things to cross. So I wouldn't see those if I keep going through this same pattern and not really managing my money well. You know, I'm not spending things. I'm not spending my money on things that would help my self-care. I'm not spending my money on things that would, you know. So it wasn't until then where I was like, okay, I thought I had everything I want to make me happy, but I'm not really happy, because the plan that I want for my life in a position that I want to be in to help others is really not going to come with just me settling for a stable job in the house, you know, just doing the normal things like kids go to and from school, help with the homework, do the dinner, you know, entertainment, go to bed, do everything over. I want to see the world. I want other people to see the world. I want so much out of life, because I always just go back to my past. And once I sort through my past, I'll be like, no, it's something else. It got to be something else. It has to be. Because why I go through all of that? All of that. Loss, gain, losers, gains, big losses like deaths. Why did I go through all of that? What am I here for? So, being saved is a really big part of it too. And I thank God every day for being saved, because it allows me not to break my character and become somebody other than. So when the Holy Spirit brought me back to my DTK formation, like, you know, I just always kept coming to the goal of just trying to help somebody. I just didn't know how I would want to help somebody. But again, running into people and then observing people and observing certain situations, I had to dig down into myself and say, what you was trying to do, they could benefit from that. They could have benefited from it. You know, if I did the resume thing. So the resume thing, when I was trying to do DTK in the beginning, those two meanings that it had before, I did start the YouTube. I did do the YouTube. If you go to my about, whatever year that it should be 19. But I started it. The problem was I did not get any views, and I took it down. It was up for like a week or something like that, and I didn't get no views. And I was like, oh, 0, nilch, nothing. Okay, so if I take it down, it's like it never existed. So I did. I took it down. It never existed. And yeah, I just could not deal with settling for the average, everyday, check to check lifestyle. I want more for myself. Being as though I feel like I'm here. I feel like my cause. I feel like I'm here to take care of my mom. Point blank, period. I'm just here to take care of my mom primarily. I am of the called. I am what you call someone of the called. And my mom is disabled. Like my mom, if I was not here, where would she be? She would be somewhere in a home. Like, she outlived her mom. So that's why God has me here. I'm here in place because I have to see her through her life. But I have to provide a beautiful one for her because she's not able. And, you know, I don't know. So that's pretty much my mission for DTK. I want to provide affordable clothing. And again, that's going to expand to, you know, all ages at some point, and then provide, you know, the next product could be something pertaining to furniture or something pertaining to, you know, something decorative. DTK will expand in that area of providing products to people. But what I want you to take away is that when you buy that product, just know that you are supporting the same thing as me. Single parents. People that are literally at risk. Everybody's at risk for something, right? But you never know what people are going through. You never know when somebody's in the room with something that ain't good. There's something that's going to take them out because they cannot find the resource to keep going, find the strength to keep going, find anything in them to keep going. And you know, we're human. Some people are stubborn, some people are just uppity, some people are just disobedient until they find that one thing. Sometimes it's not even that somebody is looking for help. Sometimes help finds them. And you have no choice but to surrender to it because you know that you was looking. You just probably gave up looking. You might have gave up looking for help, but sometimes help can find you. Help can find you. And especially if you praying, God will find you. And he will rip you a new one until you get back out there and keep going. Listen, I don't know how else to say it, but sometimes when you help somebody, you may never have to see that person again. So at some point, I did just rest with DTK. I left it alone, and I just didn't even look at none of my papers. I did see a little bit here and there every time I would clean, or I would clean out a closet. I would pull out an old paper that I was working on with DTK. I would be like, would have been nice. Put it back, keep going. And then it's something about just change of events. When change of events happen, it makes you reevaluate life. It makes you think like, what am I doing? It makes you think like, am I where I want to be? So I had got a job that I really liked. And I felt, you ever get a job and you be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna retire from here. This is good. Well, it was just something that you could just get comfortable in, and I mastered it. Like, I mastered the job. I mastered the requirement for the job. I mastered the satisfactory. I can't even talk. I satisfy the needs of the job where customer service comes into play, and you are fulfilling and satisfying people with your performance. So I feel like I mastered that, and I was like, how am I making a difference now? Like, I'm not making a difference working here. So with that, so DTK had its meanings, and I went through a change of events where I let it go, and I would come across it cleaning, I would come across some papers here and there. I would say to myself, well, that would have been nice, and put it back and just keep going. But when holidays come, such as Christmas or your kids' birthdays, or holidays like Halloween, you got to go get stuff to celebrate for your kids and everything, and sometimes you can't do that. I tell you, 2020, or was it 2021? I think it was 2021. We had Christmas in January of 2022. Or it was either 2020, we had Christmas in 2021, January. And that was when I was like, oh no. I'm already putting my kids before me as I should, put my mom before me as I should, but it's always to the point where I have nothing for myself. So if it's always to the point where I have nothing for myself, that means that I'm tight. That means I'm paycheck to paycheck. That means that I gotta either find ways to make more money. I gotta get promoted. I gotta do a side hustle. I gotta, find a different profession. I gotta stay in school, finish school how is I gonna live like this? Like, unhappy. I'm happy that we have everything we need, but it's more like, and I'm already trying to form this organization where I'm trying to help people, but I can't even help myself. So as time went on, I conjured up the fact that I never want anybody to be or feel the way I felt coming up with different things for DTK. So I said, okay, when it comes to that, I can relate to single parents. I wouldn't want single parents to continue to struggle the way they do. So I said, okay, that's a new found meaning for DTK. And it was no clothes or anything like that. I came across embroidery by looking at videos on YouTube. It was so random. I went to school where I obtained cosmetology, and we had fashion. There was an option to take the fashion route. I didn't want that route. I came up where my grandma she sold the hems, anything that ripped, she sold it. And she taught me how to sew. And so I knew it was there, but I never thought that I would just take up that type of work, that I would be interested or passionate about it. And so as I came across the videos and I watched them, I really had the patience to watch them. I was like, wow, I can do this. And it seems cool, and it seems like therapeutic and all of those things. And somehow I tied the two together with single parents and promoting products that I can make myself to either give away to single parents. And then it was like, oh, well, why don't I just make a whole store? And, I can profit, I can profit and help. The more God gives you, if you have the means, you should give some of it away or give it back or give to people in need. I said, I have that mentality. I might as well go that route. That way I can help people while I help myself. While I help myself get through these holidays, I can provide better for my family with a store and a business, and never forget where I come from as I steadfast on helping someone else. And the area I could just relate to the most was single parents. So now we're here, and I'm on a mission, a diehard mission, to just get my projects in number. Like, I'm just trying to get a volume in the projects that I create with my embroidery machine and my sewing machine. And then I plan on, you know, opening an online store and go from there and see what I can make of this so I can provide for my family. This is very serious for me, because I kind of made it so this is all I have. It's just one option. There is no plan B. There's no C. There's no Z. So it's this, and then if it doesn't work out, we figure something else out, but there's no backup plan, there's no nothing, because I'm steadfast on focusing, trying to make this happen. I hope you guys can understand and find it in your heart to understand the place that I'm coming from when I refer to single parents. And if you are a single parent, comment, let me know what you think. If you were once a single parent like me, comment, let me know what you think. But you guys, I do have to go get my oldest from charter school. So I'm going to get her. Today is her last day of first grade. I'm so proud of her. And yes, we're gonna try to make this Friday night an awesome night. Keep going, whatever you're doing, keep going. Do not give up. Take it from me, I try every day not to give up, because like I said, my last video, or if I said it, I don't know if I edited it out or what, but Maya Angelou says, you know, I come as one and I come as 10,000. Something like that. I can't get the quote right. I don't want to misquote Maya Angelou, but it was pertaining to when you come in, like when you trying to do something for you. This is what I took from it. When you trying to do something to better you, better, you know, your situation or whatever, and you just keep coming to this confused space or discouragement or anything that just keeps you at a standstill, think about what you're doing it for, who you're doing it for, your ancestors, the people that made this day for us to be able to just be here and pursue. So it was in that realm she was speaking of, like, you know, our ancestors were here. People went through slavery for us to have chances that we have. So that's why I don't give up. That's part of the reason why I don't give up. Reference something, reference yourself to something that makes you not want to give up. I've been trying to give up many times and I just can't, because I'm not doing it for me no more. I'm doing it for all the single parents out there. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for our lifestyle, our livelihood. I'm doing it so that I could be available to my kids when they need me, to my mom, to, you know, this is serious. This is real life. But you guys, I'm going to go get my daughter. I will see you guys in the next video. DTK all the way.